at the age of 44 and you can't spell, how do you write, or how do you begin to write 10 books? You did not know you're going to write 10 books, but you did. And first of all, you could not spell, but you had all the stories in your head. So how do you do it? Well, I was lucky. I was married. So I used my wife for a dictionary. She would spell the words for me, and she would look up to see what they meant for me. But I had one problem. As soon as she gave me the word and I write it down, I would even get it wrong writing it down, because I have short-term memory problem. So I started to write my life story, but I could not spell. Well, it was very hard. So Jan was working at this time at the hospital. She would go to work and I would try to write my story, and I could not. I had a computer, but I did not know how to spell. So when she came home, I got stuck into her. Spell me this word, spell me that word, spell me this word. Oh, but I just spelled that for you. I know you did, but I can't remember how to spell it. Can you spell it for me? Do this, do that. It's all to do with spelling. And when I wrote so many paragraphs, I asked her to read it back to me. And she said she couldn't, because there's too many mistakes in it. So I did not give up. I knew there was a way that my story would be told. I could not just record it. It did not work to my brain system. I could not tell anybody and have them write it, because I could not remember where I was. It's something I had to do on my own, and it was hard. In 1987, we moved from our house at Hervey Bay to one at Point Vernon, where we still live today. And I was still writing, had a later model computer, which in them days wasn't very much of a computer, but I could keep the record of what I wrote. So when she came home, I asked her how to spell words. I drove everybody really up the wall. I conned a lot of people to find out how to spell words. Then one day, accidentally, I picked up a telephone to ask an exchange person for a number. When they said to me, "Sir, how can I help you?" And it clicked. It was my first time I asked the operator, could she help me? It was mostly women, but men came into it too. And I would ask them, could they spell a word for me? I was having trouble with it. And most of the words they would spell with no problems at all. And then they would ask for the phone number. And I would say, "Oh, sorry, I don't need it now." I'd make a joke about it and hang up. So I learnt all day, when I wanted to spell a word, was to pick up the phone, and I had operators from all over Australia answering the phone, and I would ask them how to spell the words. Well, this went on for quite a few years, with help from my wife, and help from Telstra, and help from any other way I could get it. I was getting my story together. Then one day, I got a phone call. It was from Telstra. It was a lawyer of theirs, and he said to me, "What am I doing by picking up the phone and asking all the people how to spell words? There's a complaint in." And Telstra did not believe I was doing the right thing and wanted me to be taken to court and made a sample out of, so this would not happen anywhere else. I explained to him I was writing my life story and I could not spell or read. And he listened to me, and he said to me, "I think you're going to be in trouble, sport." He said, "But I thought I'd do the decency and ring you to find out why you're doing it. So anyway, leave it with me." Well, I kept picking up the phone to ask the exchange people how to spell words. I never asked them to spell a swear word or anything like that. There was always the proper words and how to spell them. And I never had any knockbacks of spelling the words. They all did it for me. So this was good. Then quite a while later, I got a phone call from the same chap, from this lawyer. And he said to me that he had spoken to Telstra and they did a research on me. How they did research on me, I don't know. But they did. They did a research on me. And they found out what I was doing. I was telling the truth. So they made it possible for me to pick up the phone and ask any exchange person in Australia how to spell the words. Well, this went on for quite a while. And then IBM found out about me. And they had just come out with a computer that had voice recognition with it. And I could talk to the computer and it would write down what I say. It was a bit awkward because the program was set up for doctors, lawyers, politicians and things like that. So to open this program, to get it running, you had to speak like you had a name, whether you're a doctor, a politician, a lawyer or what, at the beginning, and then do a conversation about what you're going to do. And they would ask you to read so much of this program back to the machine so it could understand what you're talking about. Well, I found a way of tricking the machine. So what I used to do is tape what the machine was saying and then play the tape back into the microphone. So it went back to the IBM or whatever was working here, and they would understand that I was a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, and then after a while they would accept me talking to the program, and I would talk. As I talked, I cannot pronounce many words, so I used to make a lot of mistakes. But I kept it up with Telstra and this new idea IBM, and then after a while IBM found out about me more, and they gave me a program, I forget what the name of it, but it allowed me to read or to talk to the computer, and as I talked it typed out what I was saying. So this is how one person got together with himself and worked out how to write his books. I still do it today. I do it, but with a mobile phone. I don't know whether many people know it, but you can ask your mobile phone how to spell any word. Just say the word, say the sentence, and it comes up on the phone. So then all I do is copy the words. So if I say daffodil, it comes up daffodil, and I hope it's daffodil, and I copy it and I write it into the story. So now the best thing in the world now is these smartphones, because you can talk to them, and you've got a voice control on them, and you can ask them to spell words. You can even say something and it writes it down in front of you, and you just copy it and go on. So today Telstra has gone from helping me with the operators, the girls and the boys that used to answer the phone, to smartphones, where many people don't realise, but when they talk to me I just say I use my smartphone, and I show them how, and they just can't get over it, that there's a phone that's taken over the word of dictionary. You can ask for the meaning of a word, you can ask many things. So today many children or many young people who leave school and can't spell, they've got a friend out there. It's called a smartphone. It will spell the words for them and help them. So this is how I turn around and done 10 stories. I'm writing another one at the moment, and I can tell you, my smartphone is the best thing I can use. Thank you.